Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my esteemed subscribers. You are loved, celebrated, and appreciated. So Israel has finally fulfilled their promise of moving to Africa. Yes, they've been saying it in plain sight to your faces that Africa is the best place for them now to go to. And the unfortunate thing is that is that Africans are ready to welcome Israel. Yeah, because these are the so-called children of a God that have been in the holy books. Yeah, so, and you know now, Africans worship these people. Africans worship these people. And why do you think they worship these people so much? Because of religion. And that's why there's no way you talk about the liberation of the motherland that you would not talk about religion. There's no way you talk about geopolitics and religion will not be involved. There's no way you talk about Africa, the history of the motherland, and religion will not be involved. So if we want to be liberated, we should first liberate ourselves from the hold of religion. Because it is because of religion or the belief that people had, that people grew with through religions, these three Abrahamic religions, that they have it in their head that these people who have taken other people's homeland and displaced people, a lot of people are homeless today. They don't even know what the next meal will be. They feel that these people who are causing all these atrocities and abominations in the world today are the children of a God. And it is a God that has given these people the power to do all this evil that they have done to people. What kind of God is this? You have not given me answers, Your Majesties. I've been asking, what kind of God are these religions worshiping? This organized religion, what kind of God do they worship that is so thirsty for confusion, so thirsty for blood? Whenever people are living happily, peacefully, this God is not happy. This God will always cause a problem through these so-called children of a God, all right? So there was a time that Putin, no, not Putin, oh my goodness. There was a time that Netanyahu was on the press and he was giving, he was talking about the dreams that Israel have for Africa. This beautiful dream of coming to Africa because they feel like Africa is a virgin land and a lot of possibilities are in Africa, and they are going to come with their own technology to help Africans develop. Oh my goodness. You know, when Africans hear this one, hey, their body begin to vibrate. Oh. Finally, God have answered. He's sending his children to come and save us. All right, let me take you there. We might think these things just happen. We might think there's no need to be worrying ourselves over. This is just, it's not important. It doesn't have any meaning. But I kid you not, this is how they carry on their plans before your faces. And then you sit, you ask yourself, but when did they plan this thing? They had planned and they even told you. You refuse to believe. You're blinded by either religion or you decide not to involve yourself in things that is about your own salvation.
Warning to all South Africans, the Israelis are leaving Israel and moving to Western Cape. And this is being made possible by British politicians. Watch this video.
In the Western Cape is an ideological homeland for people who think like us, people who have broadly Western values, who want to live in the first world, and you know, want to and I've often used the example, the Western Cape becomes almost like Israel for the Jews, if I can use that example. You know, you don't have to go and live in Israel to benefit, if you're Jewish, to benefit from an Israeli state. You've got somebody who's your people, your ideological people, and they're going to have your best interests at heart. And I think it's the one place where in South Africa, current South Africa, we can create hard power. You know, we can have a police force, we can have a military, we can have borders, and actually be in a situation to influence in a really significant way at a national level the circumstances in South Africa.
Now, in the video, you are seeing British politicians discussing creating a new Israel in Western Cape. As we all know, they've been trying to annex the Western Cape from the rest of South Africa. The DA government in the Western Cape has been issuing permanent residences for Europeans who are moving from Europe into South Africa to settle down. Why? Because they want to increase the population of Europeans in the Western Cape so that they should have voting power. And guess what they're doing to the local South Africans in the Western Cape? They are making sure that life is expensive for any black person living in the Western Cape so that they move out of the Western Cape to other parts of South Africa. And they've done this for many years, and that's how they've managed to keep the DA in control of the Western Cape. You know, the Israelis know that with the way things are going, the state of Israel has slim chances of surviving. So they're having a plan B. They're trying to move the Israelis from out there to Western Cape. And remember, who helped create the state of Israel in the first place? The same British politicians who are discussing creating a new Israel in Western Cape. They are keeping you preoccupied with the issue of foreigners because they know that as long as you're preoccupied with the issue of foreigners, you won't think about your land. They want to make it seem as though the biggest problem for South Africans is foreigners. But the most important issue is land. And they don't want you South Africans to discuss land at all. So they are sponsoring discussions and conversations. They are pushing adverts. They're even paying political parties to push this foreigner issue. And they've made sure that the only political party that has been discussing land, like the EFF, is silenced for good. And what have they done to the EFF? They're disbanding the EFF. South Africans, open your eyes. The Israelis are coming in.
My South Africans, brothers and sisters, will you agree to this one? Because you don't always agree. Okay? This is divide and conquer. This is what they have been doing from ages past. Go in, divide them, make them hate themselves, cause confusion in their midst, and then conquer them. This has been the tactics from ages past. Africans, when are we going to learn? When are we going to understand that it's not just about there is always a bigger picture to all these things that these people want to push forward to you. To all these things they want to divert your attention to, there is always a bigger picture. Okay? Now, when you look at the geography of the Western Cape and the economy, you understand what he is saying. I got a lot of South Africans who came to him at his comment section, and were agitating, they were getting angry that what he's saying is not true. It's happening before you, and you are still defending it. And this is exactly what they want. Because we are confused. We are confused. And why do you think we are confused? Because we are out of track right now as Africans. We are out of track. Remember when I was giving my experiences traveling around the borders? And I told you that these people are buying land. It's not just South Africa. These people are buying land. And the war is coming. It's inevitable. Like Ibrahim Traore said, we have to fight. Now they are coming into rest, buying land, taking out land from us. Land is like the core of every nation. And we are giving out our land in thanksgiving to these people. I don't know how much they pay for these lands. I don't know how they get you to sell these lands for them. We make it difficult for ourselves as Africans to purchase lands from countries in Africa, but we make it so easy for Europeans to come and purchase lands in Africa. We are losing it. And these people are so patient that they will gradually make plans that will be established in maybe 20, 30 years coming. They can start gradually now to implement things to prepare themselves. This is how they love their race. This is how they love themselves. Why can't we as a black nation, I'm not talking about just Africans now, melanated in every corner of the earth, have a cause, have a purpose? These people have a cause, they have a purpose. And what is that purpose? That they survive. We're talking about Ama Taideo, what she said here, that Africans, black people lack survival skills. Everybody, all of you were angry. You were defending yourself, that what she said was not right. It's painful when the truth is rubbed on our faces sometimes. She said we lack survival skills. We're all angry. The Chinese man said we were stupid. We were all angry. And this is it plain before us. It's plain here before us. Now, I have been drawing your mind to how the Israelis were implanted in Palestine. Okay? The people that your holy books talk about are not these people that are in that land today causing confusion. These are people that came from Europe. They implanted them there, gave them names, taught them things. How many times do you want to hear it? Because that place became a state in 1948. The state of Israel was created in 1948. Now, when you do diggings to the leaders, those who have been leading those group of people called the Israelis today, do some diggings to their governments. Do some diggings to those who rule them. You discover that all of them have European origin. They all have European origin. None of them is original to that land, Palestine. Netanyahu himself, is he original to Palestine? They hide most of these things, okay? And they prevent people from talking. They hide most of these things and prevent people from talking. Is Netanyahu original to Palestine? The answer is no. All the ministers and their bodies, are they originals to Palestine? No. All of them put together that call themselves Israeli, are they original to Palestine? No, except those who they just gave birth to their generations. If you do digging, do your own findings to Palestine, you understand what I'm saying. Prior to the Ottomans ruling that angle itself, there were people who lived there. When the Ottomans took over took over Palestine, they took out those originals who were there, and they took over. That was how we got the original Palestinians that were there. Yeah, this is the truth. It's painful, but the truth is that the Palestinians themselves, who are called the Palestinians today, are not the originals to that land called Palestine. They are not originals. Israelis who are there today fighting and unaliving people everywhere, left, right, center, are not originals. Their own was just even yesterday that they came there. And there was a plan. There was a reason why they packed them and put them there. And now they are beginning to see that Palestinians themselves, those who are there fighting with them right now, are not ready to give up this land. They are looking for places where they can shift these people to. And where do you think is good enough? Is Africa. So right before your faces, they are buying lands. And I just hope it will not be too late for us. That there will be a time that they will come in and fight to take our lands from us. If we do not fight, these people will come take our lands. They have started already. They've been in different parts of West Africa, South Africa, Central Africa. They are there. It's like they just dispatch them gradually now. They've dispatched them. Few of them, they're just roaming around purchasing land. When I say they purchase land, they purchase acres of land. And then we have our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, come back home, come back home. They don't want to come. Come back home, come back home. It will be like you just want them to come and share in your suffering, or you want them to come and save you. If we don't work together, how do we work out our salvation? Nothing is coming from the skies. It's high time we know this. Nothing is flying down from the skies. We have already been given the power to fight for ourselves, to work out our own freedom, to work out our own salvation. And until we realize that, nothing will change in the melanated community. Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always your majesties. Bye for now.